can you tell us, how does Syria's Military Operations Command view Israel's recent airstrikes in Syria's Tartus region?
Fortunately, up till now, the new administration in Syria have never taken a decisive stance to the Israeli aggressions into Syria. Just Al-Golani spoke about what it means, that its operations isn't going to engage with the Israeli military and give it the right to practice its operations. And as we all know, that Israel have destroyed the Syrian missiles and their houses and the military bases or headquarters, and occupied Al-Qunaitira and Al-Sheikh, Mountain Al-Sheikh, and doing military aggressions daily, and never received any decisive or strong response from the rulers right now in Syria.
And how significant are the recent discussions between Ahmed al-Shara or Jalani and the UN envoy Geir Pedersen? And how does the UN plan to support Syria's humanitarian needs following the recent airstrikes?
Before such meetings, Peterson expressed about his fear of what would happen in Syria and the renewal of the war. And the meeting of Jefferson and al-Shara is just to explore what's happening and to listen to the new ruler in Syria, and based on that will assess the situation. Yet up till now, it seems that the position of the United Nations hasn't been determined yet. Even the UN organizations wish to have a successful transitional power in Syria.
So that's the UN, but what is the European Union stance on engaging with Syria's new leadership?
Even the European Union up till now isn't a full consensus, and I think that the European institution is a bit reserved and is waiting for what the new ruler in Syria is going to do until they decide whether they are going to engage with them or not.
And what action does Egypt propose to take to address Israel's expansionist policies in the Golan Heights?
Egypt is strongly rejecting any violations of the Syrian sovereignty, condemned the airstrikes of Israel to Syria and the announcement of Israel about its intention to establish new settlements in Al Jolan, and fully agree with the unity and the integrity of the Syrian territories.
And of course, as you mentioned there, Egypt has reaffirmed its rejection of Israel's actions in terms of invading territorial integrity and also the sovereignty of Syria. How might Egypt's strong stance push other countries into adopting the same approach?
Egypt is doing several contacts with several world countries as well as the Arab countries to coordinate the stances and to work on the rise of the Syrian people. We've lost the contact.